Okay. Hello world. Um, my name is Gabriel, and well, I'll be doing a lot of things basically on this YouTube channel. And I mean, I am a man of different fields basically. I mean, the things I'm like involved in are literally unrelated, just left, right, front, back, north, south, northeast, northwest, southwest. So just like that in terms of a compass. But I don't see myself in the compass sense. I see myself as someone on a spectrum of okay, let's the typical spectrum is like usually at 180 degrees. But now think of me as someone in a circular uh, spectrum, like 360, just of everything that could possibly be, right? So like I can go here, go this way, go that way, go that way, go that way. Just so basically, um, a polymath, could say jack of all trades, all that basically. So I would just be teaching. Yeah, that's what I love to do. I mean, apart from all the things I do, I love to teach. Yeah, I mean, I've taught a few people a few things, my parents, people around me, just because I love to learn. I learn so much. I have dedicated my entire life to learning things my own way. So basically, I learn the principle of things, the principles, and then I develop my way of doing it based on the principles I learned, basically learned rather. So that's the kind of person I am really. So today I was going to like just do a kind of introduction to mental alchemy, but well, okay, I am trying my absolute best to not curse. So I wanted to say F alchemy, but and the F the mental, but yeah, let me just erase it and not curse. Yeah, it's too early for me to show myself. So yeah, introduction to alchemy. Could say let's call it ALC 101. We'll proceed and in like 10 years time we'll probably be on like ALC 101. We'll be on like ALC 1 million and something. Because yeah, I'll try my best to teach on alchemy as much as possible. So yeah, let's call it ALC 101. Yeah, and with this, I actually was going to prepare a note and all that, but I wanted to be more like one of my teachers I admired when I was growing up. I didn't like him, but I admired him for something. He never taught with a book. Never. He always taught everything he taught from his head, just from knowledge of what he knew. He was my music teacher. He was a very, very aggressive person, so I actually failed quite a lot. I never learned what he was teaching, but I just admired the way he taught. And I really made that promise to myself that when I would teach also, that would be how I would teach. So I was going to like teach on transmutation and all that, but I will firstly go into a dream I had this morning. So let me type out what the dream's content was like in a topic, and it was the multiverse. we'll be talking on these two things today. So basically, I'll go into each one and each one. So just keep up with me, basically. And don't mind me not having a video background, something fancy, something fancy, something fancy. I do not like being recorded, and I hate having pictures of myself taken also. So yeah, let me see. Okay, yeah, that's me. But yeah, I would do this also. This is yeah. Let's start with transmutation. This is a picture I drew in my. I basically downloaded the whiteboard app and I just drew this yesterday. And I think, do not mind my terrible handwriting. It has been terrible since I was young, and it is terrible with a pen. It's obviously be terrible on a screen. So don't mind. And the screen was like too small. I wish I had like a bigger device to draw on. My laptop like went off like a month ago, and I've been stuck with my phone. So yeah, very sad. But yeah, that's what it is. So I pray this thing shows. Yeah, it shows. So transmutation is something that just basically, yeah, let me go to the alchemy definition of transmutation first. That is when you convert gold to, I'm very sorry, when you convert lead to gold. So I should have written like, I never intended to use the lead and gold example, or that is pure alchemy. So let's say bad is lead. Lead is heavy, poisonous. Uh, what else is? This is what you get when you don't use a note. So my thinking is not structured. So like bear with me. And I feel like I'm not speaking well because I'm using earphones and they're like so wedged into my ears. I can't hear myself. So bad to be very difficult. Yeah, so bad is, let's consider bad, lead, and let's consider gold good, and this slight barrier in between them. So to uh, transmute lead to gold, there is something that is required in alchemy, and that is the philosopher's stone. So I think in the process, I really did my research yesterday. I don't remember that much. But the philosopher's stone is something that was supposed to like just take away the impurities of the lead and basically convert it into gold. And I'm like drawing in the air. I really need something to draw on because I'm a I scribble a lot. I just explain better when I'm writing. So bear with me. We'll use the this thing. So this image here is basically what I would call, what people even call heaven and hell, with this barrier in between being earth. I should have written a zero right here. Zero right here. So the zero is humanity or earth, and as above so below, as within so without. That's law. I don't know what that law is, but it is the case that applies right here. So if you see me drawing a kind of circle with this pointer here, the pointer is the middle, and humanity, we are in the middle of two energies that literally split us into half. Even without the thing, and if we look at it religiously, Adam and Eve eating the fruits and basically having knowledge of good and bad. Yeah, so good, bad. So, number one, I'll teach alchemy in different levels, and with this, I'll teach it as basically, I mean, the most basic way possible. Yeah. So you see this arrow right here going here. Yeah, this is terrible. Probably need to go and draw this in a whole new app. You see this arrow going right here, from this arrow going to the left, then going down, and then going forward. So this is the process of alchemy. When you take a bad situation that is supposed to like just probably take you out, instead of it taking you all the way back, when you like find the strength to convert the energy. Yeah, let's go to the law of thermodynamics also. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. So you alchemy occurs when you take a bad situation and you just happen to convert it to good. Like say someone attacked you, yeah, like hit you in the face randomly, and you like just feel but that situation, and it was just unexpected. The way you could get destroyed by that is that you also walk out and punch someone randomly, and you keep punching people randomly just because someone did that to you. That would make you a very terrible person and eventually would land you in jail. Yeah. So let's do that. That is letting the bad side totally take over you. And that's once you end up in jail, even when they're like trying to sentence you also, you punch the judge in the face, get more sentence in the prison, you punch someone else in the face, punch someone else in the face, eventually you would die because someone will kill you. Yeah, you would eventually punch the wrong person. So that is the extreme. But taking the arrow all the way down and then to the right. This occurs when you basically, due to the fact that you got hit in the face randomly, you decide based on that how much pain you feel now, you will never inflict it on another person, and you've made that decision that you would never hit someone again in your life. Yeah, and you basically train yourself, discipline yourself, and you maintain that what's it called? Mm, that decision you made, you basically uphold it that you would never hit someone again in your life due to how much it hurts. And now you've basically taken a bad situation and you've turned it good. That is the law of alchemy. So what was the simple thing that made the difference here? Like it is the amount of energy you take into converting an energy that determines the output. So that is the law of transmutation. Yeah, so basically taking the worst situation and taking the energy all the way to the opposite side. Yeah, what else could we use? Mm, so there's that rule in the law of transmutation is very, very necessary. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. Yeah, so you have to like take that into whatever, and yeah, take that to mind and just think basically energy is neither created nor destroyed. You cannot convert an energy that is not there. So yeah, let's do that. That is it. And yeah, another example is basically you getting maybe fired from a job, and you just wonder, why did I get fired? Why did I get fired? And why did I get fired? And you just do not know. The typical thing you to do is to just go home and stay at home and stay unemployed for the rest of your life until you do not have anything to eat anymore. You rely on people and until they cannot take care of you anymore. Then you go for that, start stealing, start that is you going into the direction of bad, to the opposite direction of the energy, to where the energy leads you. And you let the energy keep going and keep going and keep going and keep taking you further and further and further. Because humans, no matter how much we think about it, we are physically not infinite, but in our soul and our spirit and our consciousness, they are all the same. Yes, they are all the same. But in those parts of us, we are infinite, basically immortal. You don't know if you are religious or not, but if you are religious, you would know that there is this whole thing called eternal life, because the consciousness and the spirit, the soul, all those belong to God. Yes, they do. So if you are an atheist, then I'm sorry, I am religious. I was born Christian, raised Christian, and I practice Christianity to an extent in my own way, basically. So I just call it neo Christianity, neo Christianity or Bearly's. Yeah, just let me write it out. BRIL. Yeah, my keyboard even knows because I tell my friends a lot. So realism is just uh, my belief in God in my own way. Nobody taught me to know God where I know God. I mean, I've gone through moments of periods of atheism. Yeah, I was an atheist for about from probably 2016 up to 2022. January 1 was when I really just found God in my own way. So yeah, I and how did I know God? Because I looked deep into my soul and I knew who I was. I knew my nature and I knew my limits and I knew my extremes and the things I would never do and things I would do. I knew, wow, I am beautiful. I am not perfect. I am not this. I am not that. But my imperfections, if I could just acknowledge them and alchemize them, transmute them into good, then I would be truly the person God created me to be, which is Himself. So yeah, that's it. So basically, looking so deep into myself, I found God, but I have not totally found Him because I do not know myself totally. I'm growing every single moment and absorbing everything I could learn to become my best self. And every time I am my best self, I am the best God could be through me. So yeah, I would still lived in my name. My name has so many significance and all that, but basically it just means I have lived my best life. And on that meaning, I'll tell you that like our 10th video, yeah, the 10th video, remind me. So yeah, and dualities means truth. It's just a name I found at the lowest point of my life. Yeah, the absolute lowest point of my life. Like a point where I actually could have died, actually. Not like died, gotten killed. And I have scars on my body to remember the situation. But let's leave that. Doesn't really matter. I forgave the guy that he was actually a man that tried to like kill me. Yeah. So, yeah, let's leave that. So let's go back to class. Yeah. Okay. I'm not used to talking for a long time. I don't even know how many minutes I'm at now, and bear with me, you will probably have to like bend your phone because I'm just on this picture. This is uh, alchemy for a 5 year old. Yeah, just when you convert the direction of an energy where it is taking you. So, and how do you do this? Now, it takes me to the so I've touched on transmutation for a while. Now I'll talk on the multiverse also. Now, there, yeah, let's go down. There is something we need to there. Let's say reality is okay. Space. Keyboard very annoying. Let's call X reality. And for this reality to have occurred, there had to have been a reality one, two, three, four, and basically dots to reality X and so all these realities are the probable realities that could have happened. Yes. And how do you know this? It is just on basically a simulation. Yes. Like what I'm saying now. There are so many things going on in my head. There are literally neurons and whatever they are called. And I am not a neuro whatever is neurological science. I'm not a neurologist and all that. So let's do that. And I'm trying to not cause so much. I was meant to like say I'm not a effing neurologist, but I shall not cause this channel. Yeah. I'll tell you when I want to cause and I'll say it in another this thing. Yeah. So these are all the realities that could probably exist, all these, but there is a prime reality. The prime one is reality X, and that is the reality that your mm, consciousness takes. So of this, reality X could be me cursing, reality X could be me saying something very offensive that is not cursing. Reality this thing could be me saying something that is offensive and cursing at the same time. Reality X4 could be me saying the worst possible thing in the world. Reality X5 could be me saying the best thing in the world. But the prime reality is the one my consciousness chose to be the one to happen. That is reality X. This thing now X. Yeah, I say this thing a lot. It's the way we speak here, we just expect you to like fill up the gap. So please mind bear with me. And yeah, guess where I'm from. Please guess where I'm from. I'll probably reveal that later on. Just I want to know what people where people think I am from. Sorry. And I'm doing this with like the assumption that people would watch. So please like and subscribe. I'm just starting out. But I'll be your teacher of alchemy basically because I've done it all my I want to course again all my effing life. Yes. So this is law of the multiverse. And yeah, and I was saying at first, I actually had a dream about me teaching someone the multiverse. I was like having an argument with a few people I watch on YouTube that absolutely do not know me, but I saw them and we're like together and we're indulging in something with gigantic quotes that is illegal. Feel it. Yeah, it is not that drug. It's considered a drug by certain people, but well, feel it. Well, and I will not tell you how it is consumed. So just, but it's actually a very cool job. Yeah, it's one of the best things you could do. So yeah, it's just let me move away. So yeah, I had the dream, and I had been thinking of starting this YouTube channel like a long time ago. I just did not know what to say. So and I realized this is something people need to learn. So I'll actually go further into alchemy, like dark alchemy. Yes, dark, because it gets very, very dark when you actually don't have to turn a bad situation into good, where you actually have to do the bad to make it good. Well, going into that the future. So let's call that dark alchemy. But now that I've mentioned this, you absolutely have to promise me one thing. You will never use it for evil. So probably promise me in the comments. And that will probably be my it's not be my next video. I'll talk about something else then. I'll eventually get to dark alchemy, so anticipate. I mean my teachers used to do this in school. They would like tease a whole course people would find interesting in the future, and so just tease it and give us something to look forward to. So yeah, just stick with me, and in 10 years time be here, and will I wonder, wow, he actually did it, and he got to ALC 1 million something. So yeah, amen. I'm like a major percentage Christian. Yeah, bear with me. To the non-religious people or Muslims and other religions, I respect every single one. I believe with all my heart that everyone serves and prays and believes in God. So yeah, let's go back to class. So how does alchemy and the multiverse come in? Well, it is comes in this case of, well, how do I put it? When I'm teaching how to convert a bad situation into good. Well, when a bad situation comes in now, you need to actually use your mind. Yeah, the power of your mind. And guys, I'm really, really sorry. I'm like really distracted. I like combed my mustache a different way and it's tickling my nose. It's like usually down. I've been keeping it for over 4 months now, and it's actually quite I don't know the word for it. It's actually a lot. Not a lot though. It's not like the guys in the movies with the curly mustache, but it's something I've kept for over 4 months. So yeah, it's very. So I just combed it different, and it's very, very distracting. It's like tickling me my nose. So bear with me. I'll go back to class now and just. So I'm like itching it and just trying to get it down. I just need to comb it. I don't. My airbrush is in another room, so I just have this comb here. Yeah. So give me a few seconds. Yes, I'm free. So when sorry, I just ate also. Yeah, I ate very late. I ate like 30 minutes ago. hmm Yeah, and I did not look at the time when I started, so I don't know how long I've spent now. So then let me go back. So gradually focusing on alchemizing a bad situation into a good situation. So now you're in a bad situation and you know that you're in a bad situation and you acknowledge the fact that the situation could get worse. So what do you do? The fact that you've acknowledged it means you've basically put a pin in the moment that okay, this is my point of realization. Now think, and you need to use your mind. So if your mind is not like you don't have like this pictorial way of thinking, then you need to probably get a pen and a paper and or your journal. Just yeah, you or would recommend journaling a lot also because it's a very good tool in alchemizing. I do not journal because my brain is my journal. Yeah, everything I think I remember everything. So the bad situation now you put the pin in the moment and in your journal just write down what the situation is right now, how bad it is. Yeah, so the situation just put it down and acknowledge the bad, write out the bad situation also. Now write down how worse it could be. I mean I would write all these things down and give you the just take a picture of it and like upload it or something, but I do not have confidence in my handwriting. I think you can see from here how terrible my handwriting is. So yeah, so I'll type it out. I think that's the best thing to do. So the step one of alchemizing or step one of transmutation, acknowledge the bad situation and put the brackets, putting a pin in the moment. Yeah, so step one. Okay, let me steps and I'll use the to-do list steps of transmutation. So this would like give me checks. Yeah, so acknowledge the bad situation and put snapping in the moment. So when you actually acknowledge how bad the situation is now, yeah, so let's by acknowledging that you just know okay, I what example could I use? Mm, sorry, there are like so many things going on in my mind. The, I'm just thinking of the perfect analogy to use. Yeah, yeah. Let me use the something that will not trigger people. Just something so delicate. You, mm, sorry, my like a perfectionist. So I'm like thinking of the perfect analogy I could use. Okay, yeah. You bumped your toe, like bumped your toe. You were just walking and you were not careful and you basically kicked the chair, a table, floor, or you stumbled or just that. Basically, you bumped your toe. Now you are in pain. Yeah, you're in pain. Now that couldn't work. It's a very is that is a mistake. It is not something anybody could have predicted or avoided. That's the same thing with these situations also. So let's say you were investing. I think I could resonate well with this because I mean it's something I have done a lot. Like invested wrongly in a situation I shouldn't have. I wouldn't say I'm a trader like totally. I possess knowledge of the financial markets. I mean, in-depth knowledge of it. More than in-depth, actually. I know a few loopholes. I do studied it for a few years, and I've actually never invested because I'm not really living in the best financial situation to invest. So I've dabbled, but just had to step away. I've basically passed my mission, acquire knowledge, and I have acquired knowledge. So step two will be investing, and that would probably be majorly next year. And so let me go back. Yeah, you made a bad investment decision and you lost a certain amount of money. So now acknowledging the situation now is you basically saying, okay, I made a bad decision and I have lost. So now that you've acknowledged the situation that you have actually lost, then what you need to do is think now. Okay, we're still on acknowledging the situation. Yeah, so the bad situation is the fact that you've lost money. So now let me take that. Step two is to imagine. Now, imagination. All these, I don't know if it is showing, but all these x1, x2, x3 up to xn, could be x infinity, who cares? All these are possibilities of a situation happening, and it's all it takes is imagination to fill all these steps, right? Basically, x1, x2, x3, these are all imaginations, thoughts that your neurons have simulated. Nothing comes from heaven and drops into your head. That is impossible. You have heaven in your head. Yeah, you have a brain to do all that for you. So, and God is not someone that wastes energy. And God is not someone. God is not a man. God is not a woman. God is beyond all that. I will teach you on God also. I will teach you everything I have ever known. Yeah, because I have studied life. I have studied people. I have studied everything. Studied animals. Studied plants. Studied myself. Studied stars. Studied everything that the world has to offer. So I'm like a library. Yeah, and I do not do anything with the knowledge. I do just observe for fun because my life is actually kind of boring. My life is actually boring. Really, really boring. I do not do anything. The only thing I do that is interesting is I watch a lot of shows like series, anime, and human series. But I prefer anime these days. I've always preferred anime. I don't like people. Yeah, I don't like people that much. I just like to see possibilities of characters. So yeah, I'm digressing now. So basically, my point is, I did not put water in my room and I locked the door. So I have to like stay testy too because I cannot pause the video and I've come so far. So let's continue. It's just test. So acknowledge the bad situation, basically putting a pin in the moment. Now imagine, okay, let me use a kind of continuous acknowledging the situation. When you do that, now imagining how bad it could be. Really bad actually. How worse it could get. Let's use that. Okay, situation could get. Now with this, imagining how worse the situation could get. That means you are using the made a bad investment decision and lost a certain amount of money. Well, the worst that could happen is you lose and lose and lose and lose and lose and lose until you lost all your money. Yes, until you've lost totally everything and then you have nothing left. That is the worst that could happen. you lose everything. So let's take that. I need you to take notes because nobody will remember everything I'm saying with the way I like digress and all that. Just do it to keep it interesting. And I'm really sorry before any distracting. It's my job. I just need to clarify stuff. So yeah, let's do that. I'm like thirsty as F. Said I'll not curse, so I won't. So imagine how was the situation could get, and in this case, it is basically losing all your money. Now that is multiverse one, or sorry, universe one, because it's not multi yet. Yeah, so yeah, so in this case, we'll not use like so many simulations. We'll just use two, and that is there are three. There is the pin moment, that is the prime universe, and then there is the mm, what do you call it now? I see now. I actually don't have any note. I don't have anything. This is just off the top of my head. So bear with me now. We need to find a name for this thing. So um, putting a pin in the moment, we call it the prime universe, which is universe X. Prime universe, which is universe. Okay, I'll use the square brackets to make it different. X. How was the situation could get? Now let's call this universe X minus 1 because it is bad. Yes. So X minus 1. Now I need to use, okay, yes. Oh, okay. No, no, no. Yes, let's call it universe negative X. That means a negative here would be bad, and bad is esoterically hell. So basically, this is universe X is Earth reality, and universe negative X is hell. And then there is, then now we've imagined how worse the situation could get. Now let's imagine how good the situation could get. Imagine imagining how, I don't know if this is correct, but we'll use worse. So good, better, best. How, because we don't have to like use it laterally and all that. I mean parallelly, whatever. Sorry, my English is the best. Yes, but I lose words because I do not want you seeing my Google history and all that. I don't have great stuff on all that, but I don't want you knowing me that deep yet. You just met. Don't be weird. Tongue out. I have best the situation could get. Yeah, so let's call that universe positive X, which is esoterically heaven. Now, the how best this situation would get. So when now this has to and has to and has to be directly, okay, let me do that. It has to be greater than or equal to the opposite of, yeah, so it has to be Sorry, I don't know this keyboard. Greater than. I would use this in normal brackets. It has to be greater than or equal to negative x. It has to be. So this is basically a mathematical formula that I did not plan that is coming up. So yeah, I am a GENIUS. It's a little bit of cringe. Yeah, I'm like cringing a bit. I hate calling myself that word and the other word TALENTED. They like make me cringe as fuck. But yeah, I'm a genius in my own right. Everyone is a genius in their own way because it is genius living your life the way you want it. That is genius, total self-expression. So yeah, let's make that. It has to be the opposite, direct opposite, or something better than negative x, because of course nobody wants to go to hell. So heaven is definitely a million, billion, zillion, trillion, gazillions, infinite times better than heaven is infinite times better than hell. So definitely it has to be better than it. So yeah, so testy, testy. I really want to cry. I hate when I'm thirsty and I drink so much water and I did not drink enough after I ate. I was like so nervous after when I wanted to like make the video and I just needed to get myself. Actually, the video will cut soon because I think I've been talking for over an hour now, so I need to like just be fast. So now, what is the best the situation could be when the worst is losing all your money? This is you double the money, triple the money. You firstly recover your losses, yes, and you recover your losses. You uh, make more money and more money and more money and more money, and you just keep making money, and you are profitable for the rest of your life. Yes, you take some losses, but you are making profits generally. So it's just a steep in the trend. So now that's you're in a trend now, you're making so much money. That is now that you have like two sides of the spectrum now. Now you have three universes, and that is what the multiverse is. So basically you have now list the universes, basically you list the universes. So let's say there is, and it has to be in this order. Like the diagram also is negative first, the barrier, which is, I mean, you see this cross, this kind of intersection right at this spot here. It's just like the barrier between the, or I mean, the horizontal and the vertical. The intersection is the moment where you are at the middle, because there is something that transcends good or bad, and that is the truth of the moment. So this is the universe. So basically there is negative x, there is x, there is positive x. Now you have three universes. You could make it more, but why would you make it more when they could like just get so much better? So I mean, there could also be positive x. So let's leave that for another day. I'll teach you with this. Now, you based on this moment you are in, you either move somewhere between negative x, positive x. You just have to move somewhere. You cannot stay in the moment forever, except you decide that you are no longer doing what you were doing beforehand. I don't think that makes any sense. Nobody wants to be stagnant. Energy has to be transferred. Energy cannot stay in a spot, or it will remain in that spot forever until it is another force is acted upon it. That's Newton's law of motion in my simplistic term because I do not remember the law. I mean, I know a few laws, but I don't remember, and I need to end this video as soon as possible. So now you have three universes now, and this is the multiverse. Now you need to do absolutely, now that you've listed it, choose where you want to be. Yes. So when you choose, nobody definitely wants to go to negative, which is L esoterically. So L, Earth, and heaven. So basically, move yourself, choose where you want to be, and throw all your energy towards getting there. So basically, push yourself towards getting there. And well, what else? Get results. And now this, I would put this and this. You only get results when you take action to get to the desired universe. Now, what else? I Yeah, that's it. I'll end the video now. Apply this theory to everything. It doesn't have to be bad to be alchemized. No, I want to be using the word transmuted, transmuted, because alchemy is the general word. Transmuted doesn't have to be bad to be transmuted, just has to be in the current moment with possibility of it getting better. Yeah, so wherever you are at every moment is always earth, and you could always go to heaven. A situation could never be perfect that it is heaven except God literally brings heaven to earth or takes earth to heaven. So yeah, this is basically the theory everything works on. Everything and everything and everything. Even I did not knew this much about the the thing called transmutation. Now that is the joy of teaching because you teach and you eventually learn also. So this, I mean, all these were just floating in my head, and teaching it helped me organize my thoughts. So in the next video, I will teach how to transmute good to better, and better to best, and best to best. To better, that's better and best, and then better, whatever, good, best, better, best, whatever. So just that no situation is perfect, and it could always and will always and can always get better, and it can also get worse. So basically, aligning your actions is the solution. I'm very afraid that the video will cut very soon because it happened a few days ago. I was like talking with all my heart, and it's cut. And the video has not seen the light of day because, well, for a few reasons. So yeah, that is it. So let me just show you a bit of myself. I'm a songwriter. Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, I write like a crazy amount of songs. So yeah, and I think a lot when I notes. So my videos will be in my notes. I'm very sorry. So I came here with absolutely no plan, and now I only had this picture, and this picture really helped. So this will be the thumbnail for my video. Now let me do a whole recap on myself. I do not remember anything I have said, and I just need to go and upload, and I cannot edit the videos. I am really really sorry because I currently do not have a computer. I only have my phone, and I hate doing anything on my phone, and I like being raw and pure. So I'm going to upload it exactly like this. So basically, this picture will be my thumbnail, and it's probably be my thumbnail for most of my videos also. So yeah, I did not intend to be your transmutation coach and all that, but just turn your phone. So yeah, let me just do a kind of cap on myself. My name is Gabriel. Yeah, and I am a man of many names. People call me Excel, X. Yeah, I'm obsessed with the letter X because it's the unknown, and well, yeah, it's the unknown. I love the unknown. It's like I did not know anything when I came here, and now I know so much more about Alchemy. And next time I come here again, I will still know more. So teaching you guys helps me grow, and so we just could grow mutually. Symbiotism, right? Yeah, I was quite good at biology. I hate it. I'm a computer science student, and I hate it too. I hate everything. I like music. I like talking. So if I could get a degree in talking. Yeah, that would be good. But I'm almost done with college. I'm in my final year, and I am never going back to school. Yes, I'm now masters, PhD. I want to course, so big, mighty middle finger to school. Mm, the school system, I do not care where is. I want to course again. Eft, basically. So nobody can teach me the way I want to be taught. So I'll teach the way I want to be taught. Yeah, and I really wish I had a. I will eventually get a board and a camera and just draw all these things, and I will just swallow my shame of my handwriting and draw all these things out. So yeah, that's it. So my name is Gabriel, and my channel's name is Alitis Lived. So I'll teach you a lot about my experience transmuting, alchemizing, and basically living my best life. So yeah, that's it. Let's go. I'm parched. Like it's parched tasty. I'm tasty as F. I will not curse. No, I'm not. Yeah, I curse like way too much. If you see my music, you would be like, who is this guy? I would probably just order a soap from the Vatican, I mean the Vatican, and like a bar of soap, put it into my mouth and like wash it, wash it, wash it, wash it, wash it, wash it. Like why with the Holy Spirit are just like the demon of cursing. Leave this guy, leave this guy, leave this guy. Cause I like curse too much. Yeah, curse too much, and that's why I'm trying to not like bring my bad habits here. So yeah, basically I'm done. Yeah, need to drink water. Bye. Yeah, my latest. Sorry, I really thought it would have sounded good, but yeah, that's me.